Picture this. It's the end of the month. You just got paid, you open your banking app, scroll down, and there it is, your mortgage. You hover over the extra payment button. You're thinking, should I throw another $500 at this thing and finally kill it faster? Because in your head, that moment when the balance hits zero, that feels like freedom. That feels like safety. That feels like winning. And maybe you've already been doing it, skipping investing, delaying vacations, putting every spare dollar into that house. And everyone around you is clapping like, wow, you're so responsible. But here's the uncomfortable question. What if that extra payment you're making is quietly making you poorer? What if the thing you think is saving you is actually the trap? My name is Liam, and I spend way too much time thinking about the emotional lies and mathematical truths behind money. If you're someone who is throwing extra money at your mortgage because you think being debt-free is the only path to safety, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're not just saying don't pay off your house early. We're answering the only real question that matters after that. If that's wrong, then what should I do instead? And we're not using vibes. We're using math. Look, let's be honest. Paying off your house early feels heroic. It feels like you're escaping the system. You're finally free. You're doing what responsible adults do. And psychologically, that makes total sense, because debt feels like danger, and no debt feels like safety. But here's what most people don't realize. Your brain evolved to survive predators, not optimize spreadsheets. Your fear of debt is emotional, but wealth is mathematical. And when emotion fights math, emotion usually loses money. Most people think risk equals owing money, but that's not true. Real risk is not having options. Risk is not having cash when life hits, not being able to pivot, not having time to think. A paid-off house gives you pride, but it does not give you flexibility. You can't eat drywall. You can't Venmo your roof. You can't rent things with a driveway. Equity is real, but it's frozen, and frozen money can't save you in an emergency. Let's use real numbers. Say you have a $300,000 mortgage at 4% interest, and you're paying an extra $1,000 a month to kill it early. That $1,000 feels productive, but mathematically, what are you earning? Paying off debt gives you a return equal to the interest rate, so you're earning 4% on that $1,000. Now ask yourself honestly, would you open a special investment account that pays 4%, locks your money up for decades, and punishes you if you need it early? No. You'd say that's a terrible deal. Because right now, high-yield savings can pay around 4 to 5%. The S&P 500 has historically averaged around 9 to 10%. Even conservative portfolios beat 4% over time. So by paying extra on your mortgage, you're choosing a guaranteed 4% instead of a probable 8 to 10%. That difference compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not discipline. That's a quiet tax on fear. Let's compare two people. Same income, same house, same mortgage. Person A pays $2,000 normal mortgage plus $1,000 extra every month. They kill the mortgage in about 15 years. They feel amazing, but they didn't invest that $1,000. Person B pays the normal $2,000 mortgage and invests $1,000 a month into an index fund earning about 9%. After 15 years, Person B has about $400,000 invested. Person A has a house they already would have had anyway. Now, Person B keeps going for another 15 years. At 30 years, that same $1,000 becomes nearly $2 million. Person A has a paid-off house worth maybe $800,000 and little to no investments. Same house, wildly different futures. The difference? One chose emotion, the other chose math. Now, you might be thinking, Liam, this sounds good in theory, but debt is dangerous. And you're right. Bad debt is dangerous, but low-interest, fixed-rate, long-term debt is not a predator. It's a tool. Corporations use it. Governments use it. Banks use it. The wealthy use it. Only regular people are taught to fear it. Because here's what most people don't realize. Inflation is your silent partner. If you have a 30-year fixed mortgage at 4%, your payment never changes,
but your dollars get weaker every year. So in 2025, $2,000 feels heavy. But in 2045, because of inflation, that same $2,000 feels like maybe $900 in today's money. Your income will likely rise. Your debt gets cheaper without you doing anything. By paying it off early, you're paying the bank back with strong dollars instead of weak future dollars. You're doing the bank a favor. So what do you do instead? You build what I call a freedom fund. This is your anti-fragility engine. Instead of sending extra money into your walls, you send it into assets you control. If you have $1,000 extra per month, $700 goes to long-term investments, $200 goes to cash buffer, $100 goes to opportunity fund. This gives you growth, safety, and flexibility. You're not betting on one outcome, you're building options. Your real safety is measured in months of freedom, not dollars. Take your monthly expenses plus mortgage and multiply by 24. That's your first big goal. If your total life costs are $4,000 a month, your freedom fund target is $96,000. That means you could lose your job, move cities, start over, or wait out a bad economy. That's real security. A paid-off house with $2,000 in the bank is fragile. You don't need zero debt to be free. You need assets that can pay your debt for you. If your mortgage is $24,000 a year and your investments generate $24,000 a year, then mathematically, you're done. The house is paid by your assets, but you still own the investments, the flexibility, and the control. If you had handed that money to the bank, it would be gone forever. This is what rich people do. They don't rush to zero. They build systems that pay their obligations for them. Here's why people still pay off houses early. It feels clean. It feels final. It feels virtuous. But your brain loves simple stories. Debt bad, no debt good. Real wealth is messier. Your brain wants relief. Your future needs growth. There are times when paying off early is smart. If your interest rate is very high, if you can't control spending, if you have no investment discipline, if you're near retirement with no investments. But if you can invest, plan, and delay gratification, then low-interest mortgage debt is not your enemy. It's your leverage. Here's what you do starting this month. Stop extra principal payments. Open a brokerage account called your Freedom Fund. Redirect that extra money there. Automate it. Track your mortgage balance and your Freedom Fund balance. Watch what happens over time. If life hits tomorrow, you can access your Freedom Fund. You can't access the check you sent to the bank last month. That money is gone. A paid-off house is a trophy. It looks good, it feels good, but it doesn't fight for you. A massive liquid investment portfolio is an army. It earns while you sleep. It gives you options. It buys you time. I don't want you to feel rich. I want you to be hard to break. Stop chasing zero. Start building systems that make you untouchable. If this changed how you think about your mortgage, share it with someone who's obsessed with killing it early. Peace of mind is expensive. Math is generous. Choose wisely.